Hey guys, Simply Betta here. Today, I'm gonna be finishing that 40-gallon rack. If it's the last thing I do, I have to finish it. So if you've been following along, I've been making this kind of a rack system for all of my Betta grow outs because I hurt my hands, I hurt my wrists really bad, and I can't be manually changing all those waters anymore. So I just have to make something that helps me. This 40-gallon rack is two 40-gallon tanks, stacked on top of each other on a shelf. And this is gonna be how I hold a lot of my fish now. The ones that are growing out, the ones that I'm not done with, the ones that just I need to keep for a while, mostly my young grow outs. So let's finish this. I have to finish, getting my containers ready and poking holes in them, and that's gonna take me a long time, but and then I get to put it all together and put my fish in. And I better get that done by tonight. Today, I'm gonna be making a whole bunch of containers that look just like this one. So this is a bottle that I have modified to be pretty much perfect in this little system of mine coming up. It doesn't look all that amazing, but it works well. So I cut the top off. I messed around with a heat gun, trying to collapse the top a little bit, and then I was able to just put the top on just like that. So this is like a little lid, but I can feed through it, and I think it's interesting, so let's just go with it. Okay, there we go, I made another one. I think these will work really well. First, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the tops off and make them, and then I'm gonna poke holes in certain locations to make sure that there's some water flow, but I think this is gonna work really well. This might take me a little while to do. This might take me like all day to do. The reason is my toddler's gonna wake up soon, and I might have to put this on hold until tonight. And I have a lot to do, but I'm determined to get this done because my next scheduled water change is gonna be tomorrow, and I'm getting tired of it. If you've been watching my channel for like the past month or so, you'll know I hurt my wrists. I have tendonitis. I can't do my water changes. I'm tired of having to ask for help all the time, and it's just a pain in the butt, and I need a new system until my wrists are healed, and maybe even afterwards if I like it. It's just a little DIY project to make my life easier, to save me time. It's pretty inexpensive, and I think it's gonna be a really good option. So I'll continue. I've been in the garage for a few minutes cutting pieces of PVC, all to the same length. You'll see why. Okay, so my plan is that I'm gonna use these cut pieces of PVC as my risers for my egg crate. In my last setup, I actually used empty, like iced tea containers. But this time I want something a little, I feel like these are gonna be a better idea. I guess they're a tiny bit wobbly if I move this thing around, but I'm not gonna be moving it around. I don't really feel too worried about that, I think. Here's my end result. I think that looks pretty good, and if I were to take one of my containers and put it on top, I think that's gonna work out just fine. I still have a little bit of room if I were to put a lid on top of all of this. Right on. I'm outside right now with the mountain lions because I need to poke a bunch of holes in these containers. And I'm doing it outside because I don't want the plastic fumes in my house. That's not good for you. So what I'm doing is I just have my soldering iron here, and I'm poking some holes in some specific locations on all of my empty jugs that I'm using. And it's really cold outside, and every couple of containers I keep having to go inside and warm up. So this is my excitement for today. I put all the jars in, and I'm finally filling this up. Almost ready. I actually, in my excitement, I forgot to dechlorinate it. I get big tubs of dechlorinator because I go through it so much. This is Erase Chlorine from Brightwell Aquatics, who I'm partnered with. And look at this big old jug. This is great. I dechlorinate pretty large volumes of water at a time, and I go through it pretty fast. So let's see, I'm gonna do just under half of a capful chlorinator. I'll just let that sit for a while before I add any fish to kind of circulate around. Better get my sponge filter in here too. Another thing I feel like I would like to add is tannins. This is a black water extract from Brightwell as well. And I was kind of excited about this because usually I use Indian almond leaves, but that can be kind of a pain in the butt when going through pretty large volumes. So you're supposed to add about a capful per 20 gallons, so I'm gonna use 2 capfuls, like so. These fish are coming from an environment that definitely has more acidic water, water with more tannins, more humic acid, and so I want to recreate their environment a little bit because my water's very hard. This is something that's usually made for discus, but bettas are black water creatures as well. They can really thrive in black water tanks. So this just makes me happy to do. Now that this is pretty much finished, it's time for me to start transferring some fish into this new setup. So this bucket here is how I kind of carry fish, and to transport fish, I use solo cups with lids. And, oh gosh, look at this guy. It's time to put them in the new setup. This one is beautiful. I'll just kind of do like 5 fish at a time, just to make things easy on myself. Carrying them up and down in my little bucket. Now the temperature should be just fine, but I'm just gonna go ahead and acclimate them anyways, at least for a few minutes. Now, because this is fresh water from the tap, dechlorinated, but it's fresh water, there's so many bubbles in here, it's gonna be hard to get some good shots. But by tomorrow or so, all these bubbles should be gone, and then it will be a little bit easier. Okay, these guys have had plenty of time. This guy's so pretty, nice black and yellow koi. This guy's another black and yellow koi, but he also has little bits of blue and some dragon trait. Some of that shiny, shimmery white. I really like this one. Beautiful yellow and red with just a few specks of blue. So nice. He's one of my favorites. I might keep him. Another just gorgeous one. Love him. So nice. Look at them just flaring at each other. Now I'll just put the lids on top to prevent them from jumping out and to make it nice and easy to feed. Like so. Now I guess I'll introduce my cards that I make. This is what's going to be used to prevent the fish from seeing each other all the time and just, you know, flaring and getting exhausted and stressed out. And these cards are made out of something called signboard, which is basically a plastic cardboard. All of the annoying political signs out in people's yards, that's what this is made out of. And I just got some plain white signboard from Home Depot, and I'm gonna pop it in between. It definitely has some thickness to it, but no big deal. I do have some room to spare in this tank. Carded. Now I'll go get a few more fish. I'm back with 5 more fish. Here's a really nice yellow, blue, and white. Very pretty. Ooh, this guy's nice too. Red and black with some dragon influence. Oftentimes those ones are called galaxy because they have these little speckled scales like stars. Oh. All right, I'll put you in. In goes a really beautiful one here. And a little female who's gorgeous. And a male who's gorgeous. And a blue and white and yellow female who is gorgeous. I'm adding the last few fish that are going to go in here. They're really pretty marble koi guy. And then I also got a couple pairs for myself. Being kind of blurry, unfortunately, but I got 2 really nice coppers. And they're like a bright silver color, and I think they look really pretty. It's kind of hard to see them. I'll just have to get pictures of them later. I'm trying to muster up the strength to finish the upper tank. See, the upper tank isn't done yet. Bottom tank is officially done. Upper tank is not, and I think I have to stop. I really thought I'd be able to do both tonight, but like I still have to go edit my video and take care of my fish and do a few water changes, and yeah, I totally can't finish today. I always think I can do more than I really can. I keep forgetting I have a lot of hiccups along the way in the day. But thanks for watching, guys. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. All I have to do is pop a sponge filter into here and I'm going to treat with antibiotic, like as a preventative thing, because these fish, who knows what they came in with. It's not something I used to do in the past, but I got this advice from another breeder I know, and I'm going to try following it to treat as like a preventative measure instead of just if you see sick fish. So that's what I'll do. Man, I really like this guy. He's so feisty. Watch, I'll remove this card. I wish I didn't have so many bubbles. This would be a great show. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. I'll have some more stuff coming up in the February daily video challenge. Have a great day. Actually, before calling it quits for tonight, I decided to sneak back in here and give my pothos a new home. Now all the fish are surrounded by multiple sprigs of pothos, and I like it. I like it this way. I really like it when fish have little plants. It's like a little hiding place. It's a little place to look at and swim through and rest. And I like this a lot, and I'm happy that I did it because I'll sleep a little bit better tonight. And then also before bed, I'm going to put a little bit of plant fertilizer in this water, just because I know I'll forget by tomorrow to do that, and I don't want to just put my plants in water that doesn't have any nutrients in it because I want the plants to thrive. This is one of the fertilizers I've been using, Florin Multi from Brightwell. I'm just going to put like a pretty low dose, like a half dose into this tank, just to get it going, and then I'll feel better. And I can sleep easy tonight. Alrighty, good night, little fish.